Lots of NFL-focused news to get into on today's show, and yes, this all does impact the Cowboys. We're going to break down NFL players and the Olympics, what the rules are, how that could impact the Cowboys in 3 years. The Tush Push lives. We'll break that down. Onside kick change, playoff reseeding is not going to happen, and Hard Knocks news that involves the Cowboys for the first time in a few years. Before we dive into all of that, we are narrowly behind right now in our like battle against the Raiders report. It's us at the top of the Chat Sports NFL teams. The Niners are like 3K behind us. It's not even really much of a competition. It's just the top two. Let's see if we can be number one. Help me out. Like today's video, please and thank you. Let's begin with the Hard Knocks news. The Buffalo Bills will be on the training camp version of Hard Knocks, and the in-season one, which if you watched any of that last year involved the AFC North, will now feature the NFC East. So Eagles, Commanders, Giants, Joe Shane trauma alert, and their Dallas Cowboys. There will be maybe some added insight in season of like just stuff that happened previously. Maybe we'll get some more information that we can glean from, get to see some more player personalities. In general, teams don't want to give away a lot of info. NFL teams are paranoid. They don't want to have the state secrets leak, so to speak. But, like I'm sure many of you are, I mean, shoot, you're watching an NFL video in May. There's not a lot going on, right? I'm a football addict, so more is more. Like this is, I look forward to this. This is going to be my go-to, late nights baby feeding once kid number 2 is on. Like I am looking forward to it. It'll give me some additional stuff to watch, and maybe we learn 1 or 2 new things or get some more information about various players and whatnot. But I do want honest answer. I know not everyone's going to watch this. That's fine. I think everyone knows that's okay going in. Will you watch the in-season NFC East Hard Knocks? Y for yes, N for no. Let's talk Olympics then. The NFL owners unanimously voted to allow NFL players to play flag football at the Olympics. There are rules and a limited number of spots, but this is what Jerry Jones had to say on NFL players for the Olympic flag football team. That's exciting and positive for the NFL. I can see that, identify with that real quick. I am a fan of what the Olympics can do for interest in your sport. There's one reason why the NFL has pushed flag football so hard, why the NFL is on board allowing its players to go play and jeopardize injury. They're trying to grow the game. The growth market for the NFL is not stateside. That's not where it is. It's overseas. It's in different countries. The growth market in Europe, in Asia, is exponentially higher than what it is in America. That's why they're doing this. They're trying to get football, the sport, even in the flag version, in front of more eyeballs and grow the game. Now, there are some different rules with the Olympic flag football. Shout out to my guy Marshall Green, who has actually done this. 5-on-5 format. There's a 10-man roster. You get a quarterback, a center, which just becomes another receiver or back, whatever you want to do there, a rusher, a defensive back, and a safety. The rules are different. It's not real football, obviously. The field is shrunk. It's not 120 by 53.5. It's 70 by 25. There's 2 20-minute halves. You get the 2-minute warning. 4 downs to score a TD. 4 downs to reach midfield. You can't run the ball inside of 5 yards within the end zone. You have to throw it a little bit there. Overtime, everything else. If you're trying to do like real drop back progression stuff, I actually don't think that's beneficial. What you want to have is someone at quarterback who can like make a bunch of plays happen with his feet behind the line of scrimmage, make guys miss, make that rusher miss, and have, extended long periods of route development and not, it's not going to be 3-yard slant. Like if you're in a West Coast offense, this ain't your thing probably. And you want quickness, especially over long speed, the ability to make guys miss. Like prime Tavon Austin would have dominated this. This would have been his exact thing. Now, of note, the 28 Olympic Games in Los Angeles are set for July 14th to the 30th, which is right around the time NFL training camps start. Other sports, the NBA, kind of baseball with the World Baseball Classic and others, they've found a way to make it work. So I'm sure the NFL will be able to as well. 1 player per team. So you can't have an all-Vikings team, hypothetically. You can send an additional international player too. I don't know if Denzel Jackson for the Bahamas, if they even have a team. I don't know if Luigi Villain of Canada actually makes a lot of sense. But 1 player maximum plus international guys, so like Chase Brown of Canada or Sidney Brown of Canada for the Bengals and Eagles. They make sense. Some players to monitor. Remember, it's 3 years from now. 3 years. So not everyone actually makes a lot of sense. CeeDee Lamb stands out. I think he could be a good flag player. I don't know if the timing is going to match up with the athletic juice still, but a Kevontae Turpin type, where size isn't as important and his quickness, his shiftiness actually is really intriguing. I think Jaden Blue's pure speed could make some sense as like a running back receiver option. I'm sure Micah wants to do it, knowing everything about Micah Parsons. He has the pure speed. You almost want more of like a blitzing linebacker, though, to be your rusher. Like, I think DeMarvion Overshown actually could make a lot more sense. Deron Bland as a corner is kind of intriguing. I think he's got some general quickness, but I don't know, and we'll see how things play out in 3 years from now. I don't know if a Cowboys player is going to be on it. They've invested so much in the trenches with their recent picks. Like, you're looking for young players. Like, I low-key think Caleb Williams is great value if he ends up being good for Chicago to go be an Olympic player. Like, I think that actually would make a lot of sense. So, will the Cowboys player make it to the Olympics? 1 for yes, 0 for no. Again, it's 2028. It's 3 years from now. So you got to stay focused on those younger players. Like, otherwise, this doesn't make sense. Like, it's not that the timing does not match up there. I think Tyreek Hill, but you're going to be 34 years old. You sure you're going to have that juice still? I'm actually not so sure. My take, maybe hot, maybe not. I'd actually rather not see pro athletes do this. That's not the Olympics. That's more amateur. Although they've done it for basketball, so it kind of is what it is. But in particular, this is not going to be fair for other countries, other nations. I asked Marshall Green, who has done Team USA flag football stuff. I'm like, if we did a chat sports team, where would we finish? And he said that we would finish then we got plenty of young guys and athletes and everything. Like, we would finish 4th. We would lose to Team USA, obviously, lose to Team Mexico, lose to Team Italy. I think this goes one of two ways once the NFL players get involved. Either A, they force their way of playing and they just precision paper cut their way through every single flag football team, or they kind of adapt to the different play styles in flag football and they simply out-athlete everybody. I would almost like to see USA flag football puts this on where it's the all-NFL team against the all-USA flag football team of non-pro athletes and let them play against each other as like the tryout version and then pick the 10 best of those two teams. That, I think, would actually be super fun. Let's go to the Tush Push. It lives. The Packers submitted a revised proposal to ban the Tush Push, teams claiming it's a dangerous play with no evidence of it, but by the way, and it did not pass. It failed. The final vote was 22-10, which was the last score of the Eagles-Packers game, which is objectively funny. They needed 24 votes. They were too shy. The 10 teams that voted no: Eagles, Ravens, Browns, Lions, Dolphins, Patriots, Saints, Jets, Titans, Jags. So some overlap there with who voted no and whatnot. Entire AFC East voted to keep it, which was the Bills were anti him. The Bills ran it out last year. Super weird. We're going to do this again next year. So you're 2 votes away. It's like me trying to ban kickers in defense for my fantasy league every year. I'm a vote away. I'm going to keep proposing it every single year. Do you think it should have been banned? I've got more thoughts on this to come. S for stay. It can stay. It's a football play. B for it should be banned. ESPN's stats here over the past 3 years, the Tush Push success rate. Eagles successful 86% of the time. Actually gone down in recent years. And the NFL average is at 76%. On average, the Tush Pushes run 0.28% of NFL plays. That's not a typo. It's not 2.8. No, it is literally less than a third of a percentile of the plays in the NFL. That's what we're so bent at. We got NFL reporters doing live play-by-play reporting of the conversations going on. What are we doing out here? It's not even that different statistically from just your regular quarterback sneaks. Warren Sharp's got that. It's 84% success rate on 4th and 1 when you just do a regular quarterback sneak. There's no difference. I don't care if the Tush Pushes lives. Stop the play. Don't be scared to compete. The sneak should always work on 4th and 1. Teams are bad at stopping it because they keep trying to go over the pile. The brotherly shove, the Tush Push, whatever you want to call it, it is one of the most similar plays to OG football. When everyone's got their hand in the dirt, there's no forward passing. It is just low man wins. It's all it is. It's leverage. Eagles weren't as good at last year because they lost some offensive linemen. And NFL keeps trying to claim, there's added injury risk. There's no data to prove that. They claim, it's a pace of play issue. How? The play clock starts the very next the next moment. It's all nonsense. Don't be afraid to compete. Just go stop it. And by the way, if you're already in the 4th and 1 tush push territory, you've had other bigger issues that have failed you. I do not believe in letting the smallest of percentages of plays, 0.28%, be used as, well, this is the 95% reason we have to do something. No, stop it. More NFL rule changes and non-changes to come, but you can get the George Pickens jersey pre-order. He's wearing 13 at OTAs, but that is a placeholder number, at least for the time being. We'll see if he ends up at 14 or something. You can pre-order yours. It'll ship with the proper number once it's finalized. Chatsports.com/Pickens. We have an onside kick change. This is kind of... I have thoughts on this. So, the onside kick has changed to this. You can now declare an onside kick at any point during a game if you are trailing. Previously, it was the 4th quarter only. They will now be kicked instead of the 34 and not the 35. Okay. So basically, we've swapped out 6 and added half a dozen, 0.1. The new rules from last year for kickoffs basically make it impossible for surprise onside kicks. They aren't in the proper areas to do the onside kick anymore. This is kind of the trade-off the NFL is taking for more regular returns, which I think is more entertaining. I'm not opposed to just like fully embracing the 4th and whatever to go for it situation, but this is the downside of the way you have it set up to get more returns on real returns, avoid injuries, which again, the player safety stuff is nonsense from the NFL. You're making the Cowboys play 3 games in 10 days. You're making safety considered the tush push. Stop it. It's kind of the trade-off you have to live with in the end. Now, we've got you covered for more Cowboys news and updates. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. The Detroit Lions proposed to reseed playoffs based on records. They'd also proposed like abolishing home field advantage for the division winners. That was all withdrawn because it was not going to win. So the top 4 seeds in each conference remain the division winners. I have no complaints about this. I didn't see the need for change. This comes up like once every 4 years when there's a bad division winner, if that. Let division football matter. Don't, dilute that in the pure interest of just the postseason. Make the regular season matter. Make it matter as much as possible. I have no complaints about that not getting changed.